If you're in search of a good scare, then look no further. You are watching the channel Watch Culture, and for today's video, we've come up with a list of top 10 best Korean horror movies. But before we hop into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. 10. I Saw the Devil, 2010. Korean horror movies are known to focus a lot in the psychological twist, unlike American movies that focus on supernatural beings. The movie I Saw the Devil is a masterpiece that is anchored by two remarkable actors. The annihilating thriller is not for the faint-hearted, as it features extraordinary cinematography and editing. The movie is based on a trained secret agent who enacts revenge on a serial killer who is responsible for the murder of his fiancée, even if it means him turning into a person like the serial killer. A game of cat and mouse begins as the murderer is caught and released, with one of the most shocking endings ever to appear on film. 9. Call. The terrifying time-travel South Korean movie Call is one of a kind. The foreign title on Netflix is a tale of two women who find out that they can communicate with one another through time via an old cordless phone in a house that they both, at one point in time, lived in. And by doing so, they help prevent terrible tragedies from occurring in one another's lives. The movie seems to end on a happy note, but a mid-credit scene changes our mind completely that shows that the future of one of the women as a successful serial killer is set in stone, and there's nothing that anyone can do to change it. 8. Hwayugi, A Korean Odyssey. A Korean Odyssey is an underrated, must-watch South Korean fantasy television series that revolves around the main characters Sun Oh-gong and Woo Ma-wong, who are in conflict with each other as they look for a true light in a dark world where evil thrives. Throughout the entire series, the storyline never wavers, and each episode is as enticing as the last. If you are a sucker for movies with ghosts and spirits, then this should be your top priority. 7. Train to Busan. If you haven't already watched Train to Busan, then you need to watch it right now. The Korean take on a zombie apocalypse brought Korean cinema to international attention. The movie is about a father who boards a bullet train with his daughter after fleeing their home due to a widespread virus infection in their city. But then an infected woman gets on, and all hell breaks loose. The trapped passengers fight for their lives, realizing they must work together if they are to get out of that train alive. 6. Strangers from Hell. The psychological thriller Strangers from Hell is a work of art. From the acting to the directing, the plot to the cinematography, editing, and transitions, this show would make you feel like you are a part of it. The setting is realistic. The cramped, dirty rooms with little light and air coming in are enough to give that eerie feeling. A young man from a small town gets a job at a small office in Seoul and rents a cheap apartment which shares its kitchen and bathroom with other residents. The drama at times is difficult to watch due to the gruesome murders, and may not be for everyone, but for those who like morbidity, it's a treat to watch. 5. Alive. The Korean zombie thriller Alive is a scary metaphor for the coronavirus pandemic. The inventive, apocalyptic movie is about video game live streamer Jun Woo, who wakes up one morning to find the people of Seoul to have been consumed by rage. Their eyes are bleeding and they're attacking people. The film unfolds to relive the horror of the nightmarish lockdown, when Jun-woo fortifies his apartment, convinced that staying at home is the safest bet, while the virus consumes the populace at a frightening rate outside. 4. Kingdom. The popular zombie apocalypse Netflix show took the world by storm when it aired last January 2019 and gained massive viewership on its first week of streaming. The story follows an epidemic outburst when an unknown virus infected a whole village and turned people into flesh-eating monsters. When strange rumors about the ill king grip a kingdom, the crown prince becomes the only hope against the mysterious plague overtaking the land. Kingdom's tale of a zombie outbreak thrilled horror fans to the core and serves as a petri dish for satire and allegory. The spooky presence makes Kingdom stand apart from all zombie stories. 3. The Host, 2006. Directed by Bong Joon-ho, the director of 2019's Parasite, the film that made Oscars history by becoming the first foreign language film ever to win Best Picture, The Host is no less of a triumph. When a U.S. military official purposely dumps biochemical waste into Seoul's Han River, out emerges a bizarre and ugly sea monster that sweeps up little Hyun-seo. Her dysfunctional family band together to get their little girl back from this freaky monster. The monster in Host may not be the biggest the cinema has known, yet it still has a very strong impact, showing what ordinary people can do when their government fails them. 2. The Wailing, Goksang, 2016. The Wailing is an astonishing Korean movie that delivers an atmospheric, cleverly constructed mystery whose supernatural thrills more than justify its imposing length. The plot of the movie thickens soon after a stranger arrives in a little village and a mysterious sickness starts spreading. A policeman is drawn into the incident and is forced to solve the mystery to save his daughter. The horror of the movie includes demons, ghosts, zombie-like creatures, and legends. Basically, it has everything to give you nightmares and make you seek immediate emotional help. This film has lots of great twists and scares, and The Wailing will genuinely frighten you. 1. A Tale of Two Sisters, 2003. A Tale of Two Sisters is like a good Victorian ghost story where you don't quite know if the ghosts are real or just mental ghosts or both. In this film, you never quite know what's real or imagined. The psychological horror film that will leave you doubting reality. Soo-mi arrives back home after spending some time in a mental asylum. She quickly picks up where things left off with her sister Soo-yeon, but her cruel stepmother Ian-ju seems to be a source of stress in their lives. It is said that she makes Cinderella's wicked stepmom look like a weakling. This movie has the plot twist of the century, the plot twist to end all plot twists. Which one is your favorite Korean horror movie? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also, hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.